Hello and welcome back. In this video we're going to be doing a tutorial on basic data types in C++. Data types are the things in which you save your information. So they are the things you used to navigate your program, to make things happen, to change things. It's essentially any information you want the program to use. So there are 6 main types of the basic data types. There's integer, there's boolean, there's character, float, double, and void. The sizes of these variables differ, and they are used generally for different things. That's why there are different variables for them. Integers tend to be normal numbers without any decimal places. Boolean is either on or off, 1 or 0, true or false. It's something you can test with. You can turn like a switch. When this is true, switch on. When this is true, switch off. A character is a character from the alphabet, or a thing like a question mark, a slash, a minus sign, that sort of thing. Float has decimal places, and so does double, but float is half the size of double because it has fewer decimal points. And void is something that doesn't really do much. You normally use that mostly in functions. I don't think I'm ever going to use any void variables, but you'll see. So we'll take the size of x, and I just want to show you what it looks like on the screen. So we're going to be using the size of function, a very useful thing, in the line, and we'll copy this for the bunch of different basic data types so you can see how big each one is. This is going to be in bytes, so 8 bits. And you can see that some of them need more space than others. For example, double will require twice as much space as the float. Oh, whoop. There we go. See, you can see here, size of A is a float. And what we've got here is 4 bytes of memory. And B is a double, we have 8 bytes of memory. Character and boolean are each 1, and the integer is 4. So the main purpose of these variables is in things, if I wanted to output x itself. So I'm going to say, all right, let's output x so we can see what's on the screen. And we're going to say x equals, and then show it. And we're going to make it 10. Now if I do this, you'll see that x equals 10, what I've written down here, using some simple output. The important thing to note, one very important thing, is when using integers, watch for integer division. I'm going to be talking about operators as well, but the integers, if you divide, let's say you divide 9 by 2, you're not going to get 4.5. Instead, because of how integer division works, you're going to get 4. It will divide it and it'll cut off anything that has to do after the decimal place. Even if you use a float, if these are using floats or doubles and they have decimal points, if you divide by an integer, this number here, it will come out as this number. It will not have any decimal points. It will come out like this. So just be careful of that. There's a reason for this, and you'll see it later on in programming, but it involves some of the basic operators. So we have output, input, minus, plus, equals, all the usual sort of things you do in maths on a calculator. And this is how you edit your variables and change them. There's also a few custom ones that achieve a specific purpose. Like, let's say I wanted to make x bigger. Okay, x equals x plus 3. So this will calculate this side, and the compiler sees the equals operator, looks for 2 things, looks for the right side and saves it in the left side. There are functions which do this automatically. If I say x plus equals 3, the compiler will see this and will do this instead. It's just shorthand. So you can take little shortcuts where you do things like plus equals, multiply equals, minus equals. These all work. You use these basic operators amongst your variables, and if you get quite good at it, you can make your programming code quite small and very efficient. It doesn't take any less time for the compiler to do these more advanced ones. They still do this x equals x plus 3, but it looks better in your code and it's more manageable. If any of you are interested in why C++ is called C++, it's because of a bit of a joke, and I'll show you here. So we output x over here, and x is 10. So now we're going to do x plus plus, and then I'm going to show you what it equals. Now this is the whole joke behind C++, because the original language it came from was C. And you'll see plus plus means x equals x plus 1. And their joke was C++ is better than C, so C++ is 1 better than C. Yes, aren't us programmers hilarious? That's it for the data type video. This is only basic data types. The more complicated ones like arrays and C strings will be coming in later videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.